Amazon. How much is, quote,
Can an aging mall get new?
1988
Debt failed, and the once dominant.
In 2024, the retail landscape is currently undergoing significant transformations as several major retailers made headlines with the announcement of store closures. With the continued rise of e-commerce and shifting consumer behaviors, traditional brick-and-mortar retailers faced mounting challenges. From iconic brands to emerging players, no retailer was immune to the shifting tides of the industry. On today's list, we will be going over some notable store chains that will be or already have shut their doors in 2024. Now, without any further ado, let's get started.
We're gonna go shopping!
Soft Surroundings. Founded in 1999 as a catalog mailing service company in St. Louis, Soft Surroundings began expanding its retail footprint in 2005 by opening its first and flagship store. The store offered women's clothes, bedding, and accessories. They also sold beauty products and home decor as well. In 2012, the company was acquired by Brentwood Associates, which had plans to expand its mailing service and expand its retail footprint over the next few years. On March 18, 2016, it announced that it would open more than 20-plus stores over the rest of 2016, which would bring its total amount of stores from 29 to around 50 stores by 2017, with the 50th store being located in Omaha, Nebraska. Soft Surroundings was rapidly declining between 2022 and early 2023, forcing the company to close nearly 30 of its over 70 underperforming stores. The retailer began refocusing its entire assortment on Gen X women to boost sales as a last-ditch effort. On September 11, 2023, the firm filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and the restructuring support agreement called for Soft Surroundings' direct-to-consumer business to be sold to online women's clothing retailer Coldwater Creek and continue as an e-commerce operation only. The remaining 44 brick-and-mortar stores across 24 states would shutter in February of 2024. Outdoor Voices. Outdoor Voices began in 2013 as an athletic apparel store founded by Tyler Haney in New York City. The company was known initially for its kits, which included a collection of tops and bottoms that could be mixed and matched for a bundled price. J. Crew selected the Outdoor Voices line for its store's Brands We Love sections after the line was featured in a London boutique garb store in 2014, while opening its first physical store in Austin, Texas. Over time, Outdoor Voices raised over $9.5 million from investors like General Catalyst Partners and eventually moved the headquarters to Austin, Texas to focus on building a new and larger headquarters for the company in 2016. Mickey Drexler, the former CEO of Gap Inc. and J. Crew Group Inc., became the company's chairman of the board in the summer of 2017. Like Lululemon and Athleta, Outdoor Voices had developed a cult-like following as devotees of the brand have embraced its merchandise. Haney stepped down as CEO, along with several executives abruptly departing the company. The brand then named Gabrielle Conforti, former Urban Outfitters president, as its CEO. An anonymous letter blamed CEO Tyler Haney for the staff's exits, calling her spoiled and criticizing her leadership. It was also said that Haney struggled to work with Mickey Drexler, the well-known retail executive who had previously led J. Crew and Gap. In March of 2024, the company announced all its stores would close, and the company would become online only, with former employees confirming that Outdoor Voices was preparing to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy reorganization within the coming weeks. Sam Ash. Sam Ash Music was founded in 1924 and was once the largest family-owned chain of musical instrument stores in the United States, with 44 locations in 16 states. The company would shutter 18 stores nationwide, nearly half of its locations, including its Manhattan flagship store in March of 2024. On May 2, 2024, Sam Ash announced that after 100 years, the company would be going out of business and liquidating the remaining 27 7 stores. The company blamed expensive rent costs and many of its locations that led to major losses. The company was looking for a potential buyer to purchase its IP to keep the chain and online presence open, but after failing to find a buyer, Sam Ash filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, blaming declining sales caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The company also owes around $20 million to Tiger Finance and an additional $20 million to landlords and suppliers, including Yamaha, Gibson, and Fender. Liquidation sales began at stores and online on May 2nd, and all remaining stores are expected to conclude liquidation sales and shutter by July 2024. The Body Shop. The Body Shop was founded in 1976 by Anita Roddick in her hometown of Brighton, UK. Her motivation was to make a living for herself and her 2 daughters while her husband was away traveling. The store began trading with just 25 products, purchasing urine sample bottles from a nearby hospital to sell her products in. By 1984, the company had 138 stores, 87 of which were outside the UK, and by 1994, 89% of the business locations were franchises. The company joined several campaigns related to social responsibility and environmental issues. These included a Trade Not Aid campaign in 1987, where the company sourced some of its ingredients directly from the native communities where they originated from. The company also made alliances with Greenpeace and Amnesty International. In March 2024, The Body Shop announced it would be shutting down all US stores after announcing it would be shuttering in the UK in early March. Being another victim of online retail and high inflation, the chain, which prioritizes in-store experience, struggled over the years, getting purchased in turn by L'Oreal in 2006, Natura in 2017, and finally an asset management group. The Body Shop was one of the earliest chains to promote cruelty-free and environmentally friendly products. Express. Express was started in the 1980s as a women's clothier called Limited Express. Years later, 250 locations began the sale of men's merchandise, and the fashion line was spun off to its own brand structure in 1989. It wasn't until 2001 that the chain became a dual-gender brand with the reintegration of its structure stores as Express Men. On April 22, 2024, Express and all its affiliated subsidiaries, Bonobos and Up West, declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the United States, listing assets and liabilities between $1 billion and $10 billion. The company announced plans to close 95 Express stores and all of its Up West stores. Liquidation sales began on April 23rd, with the affected stores to conclude by June 30th. The move, according to the company, is to better position Express for stronger growth in the future. They also received notification from the New York Stock Exchange indicating that the common stock of the company would be delisted, and trading of its common stock on the New York Stock Exchange was suspended. Express has since confirmed that it received a non-binding letter of intent from a consortium led by WHP Global and participants including a wholly owned indirect subsidiary of Simon Property Group and Brookfield Properties for the potential sale of a substantial majority of Express's retail stores and operations. As of the making of this video, Express currently operates 530 locations, 60 Bonobos locations, and 12 Up West retail stores. Dollar Tree, Family Dollar. Dollar Tree is perhaps known as a multi-price point discount variety chain headquartered in Chesapeake, Virginia. It made headlines when it offered to purchase competitor chain store Family Dollar for $9.2 billion in 2014. This eventually led to a combination of Family Dollar, Dollar Tree store concept stores, opening in small towns with populations of just a few thousand people. On November 23, 2021, it was announced that Dollar Tree plans to raise its prices from $1 for typical items to $1.25 in response to inflation and pressure from investors to raise prices. In early March of 2024, Dollar Tree announced plans to close upward to 1,000 stores within the coming years as leases expire. 600 of these stores, which are Family Dollar stores, are expected to close in the first half of 2024, while the remaining 370 locations due to close at a future date. According to Richard Drayling, chairman and CEO of Dollar Tree, the struggles at Family Dollar have been due, at least in part, to cutbacks in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program (SNAP) benefits. Many people are quick to blame the closure of dollar stores due to theft or shoplifting, but many analysts argue that inflation was the biggest factor. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. As of this video, Dollar Tree is a Fortune 200 company operating over 16,000 stores across 48 states and 5 Canadian provinces under the brands Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. Rue 21. During the 2000s, teens flocked to Rue 21 for trending fashion items, clothes, fragrances, and accessories in one spot, all for a decent price too. It all started in the 1970s as Pennsylvania Fashion Inc., operating under various store names before filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy organization in February of 2002. After undergoing voluntary reorganization and being renamed Rue 21, after which had became the company's dominant store concept, it set out an ambitious plan to expand its 170 stores over the next 5 years. It opened its 500th store on July 23, 2009, and its 1,000th store in 2013. Rue 21 filed for bankruptcy for the second time on May 16, 2017, closing 400 underperforming locations and renegotiating leases as part of its reorganization plan. On May 3, 2024, Rue would file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection a third time and plans to close all of its 540 remaining stores according to court documents. It was said that it attempted to sell its business, but none of its bids were as much as it could be earned through shutting down its stores and liquidating its inventory. Retail analyst Neil Sanders stated that Rue 21 does not have a very compelling proposition and is losing customers to other retailers and cheaper and more interesting fashion platforms like Shein. He would also add that there is still a big question mark over whether the retail market needs Rue 21 to exist. The company's website is currently down, with the message saying that it was being updated and encouraging visitors to check back soon. The 99-cent store.
You know, guys, if I'm having financial trouble like this, it's only a matter of time before you do as well. It squeezed me. I mean, things are getting more and more expensive. I mean, with online stores and COVID and a bunch of other stuff, it's really hard for stores like us to stay open. I mean, come on, you guys are barely dollar stores anymore.
In 1982, Dave Gold opened the first 99-cent only store in Los Angeles and celebrated by selling television sets for only 99 cents to the first 13 families. Inspired by the first grand opening, new stores began offering 99-cent deals for televisions and other products. A deal was made in 1996 to take the company public, with Dave insisting the offering price end in 99 cents. The store's inventory depended largely on who was offloading products in a particular area, and it became known for treasure hunting, with customers shopping for one thing and finding other pleasant surprises on the shelves. You were as likely to find a brand name product as its generic alternative, and very often for just 99 cents. In October of 2023, it was reported that 99 cents only stores were nearing a potential Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing. During the bankruptcy filings, Chief Restructuring Officer Christopher Wells indicated that, like its retail competitors, 99 cents only stores struggled to combat supply chain issues, fluctuating customer counts, inflation, the cost of labor, and retail theft since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. The company was also emerging from a major debt restructuring when the pandemic took hold, and it refinanced debt and secured $200 million in equity to keep the ship afloat. There were reported attempts to seek a merger, sell the company, and negotiate the creditors, which all were unsuccessful. On April 8, 2024, 99 cents only stores filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, listing total liabilities and assets between $1 billion and $10 billion. Mark J. Miller, CEO of Pick and Save Bargains and former president of Big Lots, planned to save the discount chain after the company announced it was closing all stores and winding down its business operations in California, Texas, Arizona, and Nevada. Miller said he has put together a group of investors, including some former 99 cents only store executives, to try to acquire the Southern California stores and continue the chain's commitment to the community. The affected stores would temporarily close for up to 90 days after liquidation sales are complete, to make way for renovations, restocking, and reopening soon after. Well, this brings us to the end of our list today. Let me know in the comments below if you know of any other stores that are closing in 2024, or if you are surprised by any of the ones we went over in the video. See you next time!